Hey guys, so I was going to show you how it is that I get a fire lit. I'm a little under the weather today, so I didn't want to wear makeup, so you don't get to see my face. I'm not sure how well you can see this. What I've done is I have the kindling laid crosswise like this. Two pieces, two pieces, two pieces, two pieces. Underneath that, I have the old log that died, so it has a little bit of charcoal on it. And then on top of it, I have my very dry log. And I'm going to open up the bottom because it causes a draft to go up and through the fire, which encourages it to start. And the reason that I don't just start it out with tiny sticks first is because it doesn't take off very well that way. As long as my wood is dry, it appreciates having a bigger piece of food on top. And you may be able to see this better than I think you can, just because a lot of times what I think I'm seeing is not what I'm seeing when I put it on the computer. So an electric match would be nice, but we go through those really, really fast. So we just use regular kitchen matches. I crumple my paper good. I put it down close to my charcoal. I have the draft open. Well, I have the oven open. So this would be the flue. Those would be the draft, because that's what lets it go straight up the chimney. That's what allows it to breathe on the side. So I'm going to try and take this one more time with a different lighting. See if that helps you, because I want to make sure you can see it. So we'll try that again now that I have the fire lit. I tried to show you guys before it was lit, but you couldn't see in there well enough. So I open up the ash box because it allows air to go up and straight through the fire, which helps it to take off. I have the dampers open, which are those on the side right there. And then I have the flue open, which keeps, if that was closed, it would allow the heat to circulate around the oven, but I'm just getting it started, so it's going straight up. Allows it to breathe a little better. And I have my kindling crisscrossed over a piece of charcoal. About 4 pieces of kindling crisscrossed like this over a piece of charcoal. And then on top of that, I have some hardwood that's really dry. And right now it's sucking hard enough that even though I have the top door open too, all of the smoke is still just going up the chimney rather than coming out into the room. I only use regular dull paper. I do not use shiny paper, because shiny paper has a lot of chemicals in it that I don't want in the air that my neighbors breathe or my family here in the house. And we haven't lit a fire for 2 days, so it might take a little bit. Fires do not like cold stoves. So I just blew on it a little bit, brought it back. What I need to do at this point is get that that charcoal, that old charcoal from the last fire to take off. But I'm not getting my paper down there close enough. And this is how we use up paper and cardboard and junk mail, and even old cotton is this fire starter, which, you know, I guess we could save it for mulch, but in the winter it's a blessing when you have a wood fireplace. Even if you have just a few coals left over, it does make it go faster than this. But it's a pleasant task to do in the morning. It's not really that inconvenient, and it always feels good. We have some really windy weather this morning, and I wasn't feeling too good. So since we didn't start a fire last night, we just had the baseboards cranked up. Pardon me, but it's supposed to be really cold tomorrow, so I thought, well, let's get this started, and that way it's going good. If I were to close the top, the air would be able to suck through faster, and the fire would start up faster. But I'm not in a big hurry. Although I'll show you what'll happen when I close that down. It'll just take off because that air is going directly through now. Okay, so as it started to take off, I closed this down a little bit. The ash box I closed a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this down to half. And when it has resistance like that, that means I have just a little bit of buildup in that flue. So I'm going to set it at half, and it's going to keep burning just fine, and I'm going to close it. I don't know if you saw how it jumps down. Especially when you have wind like this, you're going to have good airflow through that chimney. So if you have really good wind, you need to be really cautious and listen for a chimney fire, which means keep as little wood as possible in your wood box, as little wood as possible in there, so that it will be easy to damp down. You can see how wild it is in there. That's because of the wind. That's why it's moving so much. Once I get it to the heat that I want it, I can also close these down, not all the way. And the reason this looks so dirty and black instead of how it looked before is because when you have a very low fire, when you choke it down so that it's just coals, it builds up, deposits build up not only on the window but on everything in the stove. So when you're burning low, you need to make sure that you have 10 minutes a day that you burn really hot to help burn some of that off. But that's about where we'll leave it, and about where I don't have much wood in there right now, I'll probably put in another log about every hour. And opening this up wide helps bring the air into the room as well. And make sure to turn on your fan.